Hello, so this is a impromptu video because Combat Mission British Army of the Rhine has released in the last few days, and I've been unbelievably excited about this in the lead up. I have always had a soft spot for playing as the Brits. So in Shock Force you got that small battle group that's sort of compact, sharp, punchy little thing in the desert. In the World War II titles, by contrast, you get this citizen soldier side of things. So they're very green or regular troops. They're pretty underwhelming on the firepower side, and you just are being smashed through so many grueling scenarios, lots of grinding, tough battles, often against fanatical opponents. And now, British Army of the Rhine takes us somewhere very different. So we get 1977 through to 82. This covers an interesting period of Cold War history. And the campaign brief explains this brilliantly, but the quick summary is British Army of the Rhine's just come through a major defence review. They've reorganised the 1st British Corps to reflect sort of new operational concepts and budgets, I suppose. Many units have lost supporting elements, but in some respects they've gained. So, for example, formations have shifted from, I think, 3 companies to 4 companies, sort of going from triangle to square structure. I think, from a little bit of side reading, this was tested during exercise Spearpoint in 1980, but the results were sort of inconclusive about whether it actually improved effectiveness. And now you get to put that structure to the test yourself, so that's pretty cool. The British units in-game are absolutely beautifully modelled, and it's really refreshing because you're now playing with this genuinely professional force. So in many cases you've got experienced veterans and not those green recruits anymore. I think in real life, so the seniors from the Anglians that you're playing with, some of the seniors may have served in Aden during 1968. Almost everyone in the battalion is going to have been through multiple tours in Northern Ireland. So this time we get to play with we're commanding a competent, well-trained, all-professional force. But their kit is starting to reach its best before date. So I think it says in the brief, the Soviets might have the technological edge in some areas. So the Chieftain tank, I think they match it up to the T-64. There's no British equivalent of a BMP-1. And some of the weapons, so like Milan ATGM, is only just beginning to replace older stuff like the recoilless rifles. In terms of gameplay so far, it's been great fun. I suppose observations, CVRT scouts, they've been really good fun. You are sneaking about, you're blasting up the field pretty fast. I think in the first couple of minutes I managed to have the lead pair wipe out the Soviet CRP, and they're just zipping about using stealth in their reconnaissance and bugging out. I do need to remember though not to push them up to the edge of the map. I've had a nasty habit of doing that. In this scenario I did that looking onto the flank of the Soviets and just got wiped out by the forward security element when they spawned in. Chieftains, they're excellent too. So the design philosophy almost feels like the German World War II attitude of prioritising firepower and protection over the mobility. It's almost like we've got Tiger tanks effectively rumbling around instead of those Shermans and Cromwells. So it's actually fun to be on the other side of that tank quality equation. I think on the Chieftains my only concern so far has been overkill, so sometimes the squadrons double tap to target and this is sort of wasting ammunition purely because there's massed vehicles and you know, trying to pick one, in many cases they hit the same one twice. The Milan, the ATGM Milan, that's been good fun to use as well. I found built up this sort of rhythm where you get them up on the roof, fire in a turn, next turn you remount up in the 432s, race around the village and then just hopping on garage roofs and blowing up BTRs, which doesn't get old. And this is the Cold War, so again we're seeing some heavy concentrations of cluster munitions, high explosives, they're all flying around. In terms of the infantry, haven't actually seen them get stuck in just yet. In this first mission that I played, I actually called the ceasefire once I felt the objectives had been secured, and this is sort of based on the briefing that you provided. I think my understanding, I can already see that they've got the SLR, so you're now going from the number 4 being this slow shooting bolt action to almost being the same as the Americans in the World War II titles with their semi-automatic weapons. You've got the GPMG at section level, and you've got the Charlie G, so Carl Gustav. So you've got a nice little unit within the sections there. But I'm already thoroughly hooked. Can't wait to play anymore. But I'm going to wrap it up there and say, I won't say goodbye, just so long.